Hello, listeners, and welcome back to the strongest feeling of oh no yet to come. Goblins and Gays have returned to the world of Alien using Free League Press's incredible Alien RPG with our second season of Mother May I. My name is Farris, I use she, her pronouns, and I am honored to be here as your game mother. This is episode 9, Light This Candle. Buckle in, kids. Let's see who we have on the roster.
Hello, my name is Navar, and I am playing Tank Mechi, and both of our pronouns are he, him.
Hello, I am Mimi, also known as Michelle Jones. I use she, her pronouns, and today I'm playing Daniel Strauss, who is somehow still alive. Daniel uses he, him pronouns.
Hello, I am Dusty. I use they, he pronouns, and I'm currently playing Martin Estrada, who uses he, him pronouns. For how long, to be determined.
Ooh, hello. I'm Aki, or my pronouns are she, her, and I am playing Dr. Matilda Fernandez, who also uses she, her pronouns. We're gonna live, motherfuckers.
Hi, I am Aubrey, and I use she, her pronouns, and I will be playing Dr. Darcy Langley, who also uses she, her pronouns, and will also hopefully live.
Hello, hello. My name is Alyssa. I use they, them pronouns, and I am playing non-doctor but noted homosexual Mercy Fairweather, who uses she, her pronouns.
And of course, Farris saved the best for last. Hi, I'm Tick. I use he, she, they pronouns, and I am playing Cosmopolitan, the loyal cat companion of the crew, and the best one here. I'm going to survive. That is a threat.
Then let's get going. Fix your little problem and light this candle. Ellen Shepard. They are methodical and efficient. One sacrificial lamb ripped into 5 pieces, 5 gouts of acid to burn through metal crates, 5 siblings freed at once. The designers of those crates only thought to insulate the insides against acid, though even that foresight had flaws. All it takes is one, a fallen angel streaking to hell in a comet, fleeing the flames to follow the feeling, the instinct, the subtle guiding hand of a mother, to sacrifice its wings, its life, to free its siblings. All for a mother in waiting, in chains, a patient mother who knows every single one of her children, especially this Lucifer. The humans always do think they make such wonderful gods, destroying whole worlds with ease, without trying, pushing the boundaries of creation, not for the sake of it, but for greed. The gods should not be so fragile, so easy to manipulate. All it takes is one egg made special, saved special, to be sent to the heavens, to be molded by gods and studied and stored, and when it was ready, to remember its mother and come home to hell. You're dead, Martin. You must be dead. You feel like death. Except for the part where you're breathing and your heart is beating. But God, it would be easier to sink back into oblivion. But consciousness has gripped you and your senses are bombarding you with all bad news, terrible news. You're stuck, half encased in some semi-hardened goo, webbing, wax. Best not to think too hard about the substance. Across from you is a door, or most of a door. You have to wonder how thick it used to be, considering how deep the hole in it is, and it still hasn't melted through to the other side yet. Don't mind the sounds on the other side. You know what they are, but how is that going to help you now? You're not alone, that's for sure. Other figures surround you, caught up in the goo, ebbing, viscous material. Unfamiliar faces, most of them. Some don't have faces left to recognize. You have a face still, don't you? Don't you? You do. You must. You can smell the horrible stench of something bad, like sewer and meat and ozone of all things. Bad, just bad. But one face you do recognize, Bugsley. As far as you can tell, she's not dead. Better still, it appears to just be humans here.
Upon coming to, first instinct is to maybe let out a scream, followed quickly by, wait, no, not now. Martin is going to try to move at the same time, just go like loud whisper, Bugsley, wake up.
Bugsley stirs a little bit and then opens her eyes, squints around a little bit, looks in alarm down at the whatever it is, and then makes eye contact with you.
While Martin's trying to get free, they're gonna try try to move any of their free hand, like arms or hands, just like in the moments, like a quiet, just like, we need to get out quickly, probably. No, most definitely we need to get out of here. Can you move? Can I move?
I think so, a little. I don't know, give it a wiggle. So why don't you give it a wiggle, Martin? This feels like a strength situation.
You sure it's not an agility situation?
No, I'm pretty sure this is a strength situation. Why don't we do either close combat or stamina? I'll let you pick.
Starting off right, I got 1, and I need to roll stress.
Ah, beautiful. I love it.
Freeze.
It's you give it a good hoist, a good attempt, and then you hear something nearby just sort of make a little hissing noise. You didn't hear this before. That was Dan who dealt with this last time. But you have a good idea that it's probably a bad thing, no matter what. And it's enough to hold you in place better, perhaps, than the bonds.
Yeah, I think Martin 100% just stops moving and just, Bugsley, I need help. There's something else here. All these other people look dead as fuck.
Bugsley gives it a bit of a... Bugsley basically flexes and just breaks the stuff holding you in place because they're like that. They're great. And falls forward onto her knees for a minute and then gets up, a little shaky, a little wobbly, because, well, you both got injected with a venom not too long ago. Actually, how long ago was it? Guess you don't know. Hopefully not too long. All your friends could be dead. Or, worse, you might be the last ones left here. Anyway, Bugsley then gives you a little bit of assistance here and bashes in the goo. Let's go with semi-hardened goo.
Okay. Does Martin have their bag or their stuff with them, perchance?
No.
So fair.
Not
I got
unless-
dragged too far.
Unless you were wearing it like a backpack. That is the only way. Anything that, if you were wearing a backpack, you can keep that. But anything in your hands, I distinctly remember you dropping because of you. There were several rolls. I was like, drop what you're holding. You're like, okay.
That seems to be my favorite role.
You get it a lot.
So I mean, look, Martin is a nerdy scientist. They don't quite have the fanny pack, but they have that one strap over the shoulder backpack, which in there probably still the motion tracker that they did not use last session.
A choice,
And-
to be sure.
And yeah, I think Martin would like stand up shakily, like feel it, and then take it out and look at Bugsy. He's like, do you have anything, any weapons? We need to move though. I don't know what the fuck is in here, but I remember Daniel saying something about something jumping out of like a egg or some shit.
And Bugsley has not much. Bugsley's at least got armor on, which is more than you can say. And I feel like probably kept hold of like a med kit. Maybe it was in like pants pocket. It's okay. You survived the first station without anything on you for some reason. I think you'll have at least the same level of success here. So you take out the motion tracker?
Yeah, and then could while doing it, could I look around and see if there's like an obvious exit?
There is there is two doors. There's the door that's been partially eaten through by acid, not mouths so far, and which you might remember. The last thing you saw before you blacked out was the alien that brought you there and like stuck you to the wall, just massacring itself in order to throw acid on the door, as they're wont to do. And other than that, there is another door ahead of you. And oh wait, hang on. Sorry, there's a door in front of you and a door to your like right-ish. You're in like a little alcove, kind of. It looks like it's sort of a hallway for doors.
Great. Martin's like, okay, that door is probably the way out. Let me just check something and going to turn on the
There's two
motion tracker.
doors.
The one that's not covered in acid.
Sorry, which one? There's three doors. One of them is an
shit.
obvious no-go.
Oh, 1 second. I'm going to turn on the motion tracker.
Okay.
To see.
You turn on the motion tracker. I need you to give me a power roll. There is a very obvious ping coming behind the melting door. Something in there is pacing back and forth. And then you don't get any other pings within the range of the motion tracker.
I think Martin's like, well, okay. Very much not that one. Though pointing at the acid door. Sorry, you said so there's two doors. One's like in the alcove. And then...
you are in the alcove, and then the alcove has three, not exits, but three options. One of them you've ruled out for sure. Bugsley goes up to the one on your right and says, I'll check this one. You check that one. And we'll figure out which one's best.
Okay. Maybe we do it at the same time in case we need to run through the other one.
On three then. 1, 2, 3. You both open your doors. The door that Bugsley opens leads into a closed, like, dead-end room with a bunch of machinery in it, computers and the like. The door that you opens into a much larger room with about 3 rows of eggs about a foot, 2 feet tall, maybe 3 feet. But on the opposite side is another door.
I'm going to close my door real quickly and just look at Bugsy. He's like, I think this is the way, but there's a bunch of those fucking eggs over there.
Check the bodies or anything that they might have been grabbed with. Maybe we can get something off of them to defend ourselves with.
Yeah, like exactly that. If there's anything in that room that could be used as a weapon, like I don't know, maybe a cutting torch or something.
Yeah, you look at the weapons, the bodies. Some of them do look familiar to you now, in the sense that you're like, oh yeah, were they with us in the shipping area? Were they there? It's a blur. You were focused on other things. Some of them you don't recognize at all. And you do see one has a, you know what? Doesn't matter. Yeah, you can have a cutting torch, sure.
Martin's like, oh, thank goodness I know how to use this. Okay. And it's like, gets in, just like, all right, I have something.
You
Did you get
grab
anything?
the cutting torch, and as you start to wrench it out of the grip of the body grabs your wrist and just kind of screams.
No, stop. Martin's gonna cover their mouth.
Yeah, you cover their mouth. Give me a strength check. Anything
shit.
that's not heavy machinery will take here. So that's 2 stress dice. You had so many 6s. I'm so sorry. That's 4. Okay, for the folks at home, 4 successes and 2 failed stress dice. So what's your stress dice roll? Because those supersede all your successes. Okay, so you have to seek cover. Your next action is to move away from danger, and find a safe spot if possible.
Is there a safe spot here?
The room that Bugsley went into didn't have anything in it. But yeah, so that's their safest spot, or to just dash through the coop to whatever's on the other side of the coop.
Am I able to wrench that cutting torch from them still?
No, because you failed your roll. You also don't get to stop them from screaming.
I'm just gonna like run, fuck, shit, and then Bugsy. Martin's gonna fucking go to the closet.
Okay. You run into the closet. I think Bugsley goes over and picks up where you left off, grabs a cutting torch, and like goes to like hush the person screaming, but the scream has died out by now and they are just slumped again, probably dead. There's the room that you're in has a big old window into the coop, and you watch all of the eggs hiss open.
Oh. Martin's just like, where is Bugsy? Did Bugsy go in with me?
Yeah, Bugsley just went back to the cutting torch and followed you.
Okay.
Much
Martin's
calmer
like,
than you.
Yeah. We're fucked. Do we think, how fast do you, those things were fast? Do you think those eggs are fast?
I think eggs better not have legs. But the things in them, yeah, they're probably fast. But they're small. We've seen them. They're small. They went down easy. Tanky took them out in a couple shots.
Okay.
So what you're gonna do is calm down. And then you're gonna focus. Put on your big boy pants and stomp some bugs. You got it?
Oh, okay. Cool. I'm alive still. I'm alive so far. Just gotta, it's just one room. It's just like bugs.
They're just big bugs.
It's just fine. I
They're
stomp
crunch.
bugs. I don't like the crunching sound, but I don't have a choice.
You're gonna love the country sound. Just like
You're probably right.
leaves in
No.
autumn.
You're right.
Yeah.
No, you took
Potato chips, Doritos, crunch them. But yeah, you can remove your panicked condition. Your stress remains the same, but your panic this condition goes away.
Panic is over. Really quickly, in this room, could I see if there's anything that is flammable and under pressurized contents and anything to light?
Give me an observation check. Not to make you
Observation.
keep rolling things that are clearly out to get you, but like, I can only make Bugsley do so many rolls.
I mean, I got two successes and no failures this time.
I'd let you stunt, but also I know the stunt questions are not helpful. Well, they might be helpful. They're just not helpful to your question, your initial question.
Mhm.
But as far as flammable things, but I would say there is a pressurized can of. How badly do I want? At the risk of ruining my whole game here, I will say that there is a canister of pressurized oxygen. Small canister.
With my stunt, could I just see if there's like anything else? Maybe something that could be like an alarm that's throwable.
Most of the stuff here is like computer aspect. There are a few like machinery type things that you could probably like put. Essentially, you could probably fill a can with like little bits of metal and throw the can and it would rattle. But that's about the best you're gonna get here.
Okay. Okay, cool. Martin is going to like eyes like glance and picks up like or goes to the gang. She's like, idea.
Okay.
Would it be better if we explode them in front of us or behind us? Probably behind us, right?
To the side. We need a path to go through.
You're a good shot, right? Of course you're a good shot.
Sure.
We roll this in there, you shoot it, and we run.
I don't have my gun.
You don't have any gun?
I've got what's in my inventory? I said med kit and stun baton. Is that what I said I had? Yeah, that's what we have. And that was what was in her bag, so.
Look, the oxygen, we set it off, cut the torch, throw it as fast as we can.
We're gonna have to run no matter what, so.
Yeah, you know.
Worst case, we die in a fiery explosion, which I think is the preferable outcome.
Probably better. Honestly, probably better. Yeah. Cool. I never get to do explosions. Hell yeah.
No, actually, enthusiasm's good here. Set it up. Let's go. No point waiting for whatever's in there to come out here. And like points at the melting acidic door.
God, I know this is gonna be a roll. And I'm but
Correct.
You know, either way.
There's no escaping the roll. I would let it be. I would give you contact for this.
Yeah.
I would give you contact for this.
Basically what Martin wants to do is who should be the one to throw? I feel like Bugsy should throw it.
Okay.
And Martin like is gonna like do the thing, let the oxygen out so it's like fuming out, get the torch near it, and then throw it into the mass of eggs and then run.
Are you throwing it towards the right or the left side of the room?
Which side has more debris?
Debris?
Like stuff like if I were to throw it on the left side, that's probably the way I'd want to run.
Actually, the room has been largely untouched by like anything, so it's just eggs all around. So you want to crack them on the left or the right?
It's to the right.
Okay. Yeah, you give me the contact roll. Let's see if you blow up. This might be the end.
Okay.
Oh no,
buddy. I have rolled drop item 10 times this season.
Martin, why do you drop it? What makes you drop it? Is it realizing you put it together wrong and you panic? Is it seeing one of the eggs start to release a face hugger that comes crittling towards you? Is it a bang against the thing at the wall, or is it just Butterfingers at the wrong time? What's the problem here?
I think it's legitimately like the door opens, gets it started, and then a face hugger starts crawling out because Martin hasn't seen this shit yet. So
you drop the canister that's not even properly like ignited or figured out yet. Bugsley manages to catch it before it hits the ground and lob it into the room, which makes enough of a clatter because it just starts hissing everywhere. Oxygen just starts filling the room like wild. And that the scuttling facehugger turns and starts going in that direction. All of the eggs hatch and start scuttling in that direction. But at the moment, you have, due to one success from Bugsley, an opening.
Pause for just a second, see after all, and see them run. It's like, just run. They know Bugsy, you're gonna follow them. They're just gonna run.
All right. I'm going to need that beautiful mobility here as you both run for your lives. Very literally.
Just gonna trust. I got 2 successes.
What do you want to stunt with? You have 2 stunt options here. 3 stunt options. I mean, unless you really want to impress someone, but
are one of them just like run faster, run real good?
No, it's give one to another PC in the same situation as you, or give a +1 modification to a later skill roll relating to this one.
Martin's not going to survive without Bugsley, so they're going to give one to Bugsley.
Hey, there we go. They got it this time, though.
Cool.
But yeah, and you both run. I assume close the door behind you.
Oh, absolutely, without a question.
Yeah, you close the door behind you. I will say you do manage to hang on to your cutting torch. It's probably, let's be honest, it's probably for the best that you didn't set that room on fire. Because that would have been bad. And you start running down the hallway and you get about halfway down it before you realize that your progress is blocked by part of the ceiling has caved in and some of the wall has pushed in a little bit. There is a possibility that you can squeeze past here, but it's going to require like that video game, I'll hold it while you squeeze situation.
Yeah, I think Martin's going to look at this and just, I feel it's probably better if you go first.
Yeah, I'll try to hold the way for you. And
yeah.
Bugsley is going to try to lift it up and does manage to like lift one of the ceiling beams up out of the way enough for the 2 of you to like wiggle underneath, and then drops it back behind you, and it kind of crashes a little bit more, making that passage even more inaccessible, which on one hand, great. On the other hand, they're very small, you know? They're probably getting through no matter what. On the other hand, because we have 3 hands here, that was kind of noisy. And you know for a fact that the little things are not actually the biggest problem here.
Yeah, Martin's just like, okay, do they recognize the area? Is this like the...
Yes, you do, because you've marched through this section a couple times now. You are in the hallway that like forks, and one fork leads to where the elevator was and the lockers. One fork leads back to shipping. One fork leads back towards the ship that you crashed here in.
There was some shit in that elevator. Not going through there. Do you think we should? Do you think we should try to go through shipping, or do you think that going back to the crash ship is good?
I think we should try the Hera. If maybe there's a chance we can climb out. Maybe there's a chance we can rig some sort of radio together, and I think Tank made it out. He did come get us. if he knows we're alive.
Okay.
He's a good man, and we're crew. We look out for each
Okay.
other.
Yeah, tank never dies. That's what he always
Tank never
says.
dies.
Tank never dies. All right. Yeah, I following Bugsy's lead. Yeah, going back to the Hera.
Okay. You head your way back towards the Hera in Death Alley. And
Right, Death Alley.
Yeah. Death Alley. As you start to approach it, you do hear noises coming from that area. And we're gonna jump. Broken cables spit sparks, ceiling panels hang at odd angles bent, broken. A cold wind seeps in through the tears in the walls and mostly the ceiling. A fire is burning nearby, flames casting large, twisting shadows that move too quickly. Just shadows? Or something else? You probably know the answer. But you also know you've come this far, through nightmare after nightmare, only to make this hellscape your tomb? Don't lose faith now, Medea. We're not done with you yet. You would expect to find people here, or at least the remains of people. After all, before the lockdown, there had been a whole workforce down here. It had been fully operational, fully staffed. And so far, since coming down after the lockdown was enacted, it is unusually empty. Following Jason into the area that he that he called Death Alley, and passing the wreckage of the hallway that leads to your goal, you find the source of the fire, at least, which is a ship, an entire spaceship that crashed through the ceiling, through possibly part of the upstairs facility, all the way down into Death Alley. It is upside down. The windshield is shattered. Those of you good at reading upside down might still be able to read the name of the ship, USS Hera. And the corpses of a few face huggers litter the ground around it. Jason nudges one with a boot gun at the ready, but nods in confirmation when it lays still. In a quiet voice, he looks back at you and says, I'd still bet on more, but these ones are out. I guess now we know why all the tigers escaped the zoo. Where are all the floor workers, though?
I don't want to think about that. They say as I look down at the face huggers, knowing exactly what they do, and do these ones look shot up or smashed, or they look like
shot?
Okay, good. I was about to ask if they look like they've done their intended purpose.
No, they look like they got shot by a gun with bullets. There's some acid holes in the floor. They are torn in half in some cases. They look murdered. There's nobody here.
I don't like that part.
What is the state of the ship? Does it seem like it would be flyable again?
No. Certainly not in space. The windshield is gone.
Well, we knew it wouldn't be that easy. Fuck. I just look at everything, and then I look at the face huggers, and just perhaps it is the stress of the situation. Perhaps it is also because this is my life's work. And I look down on the ground and go, someone owes me child support.
I think Jason actually snickers at that. Not on purpose. It just kind of comes out. And he looks back at the face huggers again and says, is it just me, or do these look like they got shot?
Yep, those are definitely bullet holes.
I'm the only one around here with a gun. So who shot them?
Hopefully the person, whoever was on this ship that wasn't here an hour ago.
And he re-looks at the ship and then goes, you feeling particularly optimistic that anyone walked off that thing?
Well, I've survived objectively worse, so I'm pretty resilient, yeah, perhaps.
Yeah, but if they did, I mean, there should be bodies, blood, something. If they're survivors of that thing or any of my coworkers, where the hell did they go?
Farris, can I answer that question?
Sure.
I have a good cat nose. Can I sniff to see if there's any scent trails I can follow?
What do we got? Observation.
Observation. Perfect. I got 2 successes.
That's good. Successes. Your first question was, do you smell people?
I guess the first one is, are there any survivors that I can smell? And are there more of them close by? As in, can I, them as in the survivors, can I sniff them out? If that works?
Yeah, you smell, it definitely smells like there were a lot of humans here. You don't smell anything that smells fresher than like 5-10 minutes, maybe more than maybe 20 minutes. You, except for one smell, which is a little difficult to smell across with the like cold air coming down from above, and the like smell of fire, which is very strong because it's like burning metal and plastic and all the like the worst smells that you can like. It's not wood burning, it's everything worse. And you do think you smell humans coming near you, but they smell weird. They don't smell human. Exactly. They smell a little different than human.
They smell like xenomorphy human?
Yeah, a little xenomorphy human.
I am just going to, like, you know when cats get stressed out and they kind of hunch their back? As you guys are talking, are there any survivors? I'm just gonna spam, yes, no, xenomorph, danger, no, yes.
Well, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I'm gonna listen to my cat. And I will pick up Cosmo, actually, because we've already established that while Cosmo is a cat, and honestly is probably faster and more agile than the rest of us, I don't let Cosmo run when we are in high stress danger. I put him in a crate. I don't think I have the crate though. I am simply just going to pick him up. This cat can ride on my shoulder if like Cosmo got free reign of my shoulders, basically shoulders and head. You can choose where you want to be, but I will hold you for the better part of just giving you something secure, and hopefully something that also smells a little safer than, you know, acid on the floor. I don't know, whatever remains of Martin, we've yet to meet, but perhaps we'll just never meet. You know, just things.
There is a noise, like the rattle of metal rolling against metal, and you see coming out of the darkness just a little metal cylinder that runs in a little half circle.
Definitely turn towards wherever the sound is coming from with the bolt gun like held up, like, you know, ready to shoot anything xenomorph shaped. I'm not fucking around this time.
Anybody else doing anything in preparation for this sound, or, you know, anything at all?
Vesper's still with us, yeah?
Yeah, Vesper's still with you.
Okay, yeah. Mercedes is gonna grab their hand and slink a little bit into the shadows. Let the other people deal with this.
Yeah, they're on board with this plan entirely. Yeah, Vesper follows your lead into the, like, kind of, I feel like you kind of duck behind part of the wreckage of the ship, maybe, and has one arm wrapped around your arm, holding your hand, hiding not behind you per se, but also a little bit behind you because they know what happens when you stand in front of you, which is that you get used as a shield. You are all prepared for deadly. Martin?
Oh dear. Hi.
As you and Bugly come around the corner, one of you accidentally kicks a little metal something another, and it goes skittering. And you just hear a bunch of like shuffling sounds and like the cocking of like a gun and something else. Just a bunch of metal clicking noises, and you see, just brilliantly illuminated by the fire of the explosion, a group of people armed to the teeth, not necessarily with traditional weaponry, but they're certainly armed, focused in on you and Bugsley.
Martin like immediately hands up like, oh wait, hey. Look, where the fuck you are. We need to get the fuck off this planet. Could we go with you? We just got, there's bad shit in there.
We knew Billy. We tried to escape out through shipping. I'm not sure if anyone actually made it out that way. We came out this way to try to, I don't know, get a radio, climb out, something. And
anyone here knew?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, anyone here knew a Billy?
Jason nods, and says, "Did Billy make it?" And Bugsley just shrugs. I don't know. It's possible. Jason says, "We've got a radio, but I don't know who you'd contact. Unless somebody did make it out. If Billy made it out, there is a ship out there. It's just been under repair for weeks, so I don't think it's going to fly far. But its radio should work."
There's 2 of our crew still left. At least 2 of our crew. Someone else made it out of the shipment. They probably found the ship. That's where we were headed initially. If we could get a hold of them, we could hopefully just like, y'all have a ship, I assume? You have a working, not exploding ship?
Technically, it's, I believe, technically on its way to the other facility right now to pick up the even bigger ship.
We have an escape plan in progress.
Martin puts their hands on their knees, like goes down, just like, oh, they don't have a ship. Okay. Oh fuck. No. Oh fuck.
But
we have something.
We have a plan.
That's something. Looking at Bugsley, like, that's something. If you have a radio, if they could get that ship working, maybe they could tell us where they're heading. Just I remember this place being called Death Alley. I don't like to spend a lot of time here. There's those little freaky crab fucks.
Did any of them get you?
Get me? No. I was covered in goo.
Can I sniff them, Farris?
Yeah, totally. You sniff them. They both smell very strongly of xenomorphs. Not necessarily in the sense that they are xenomorphs. Probably. You wouldn't know what that would smell like. They just certainly smell like they've been rolling around in xenomorph pheromones or something.
Yeah, so I can't tell if they've been like face huggered. I can just tell they stinky as hell.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna lean. You're just gonna see this cat lean in like a lit closer than you. Just go sniffing the air in front of you and just be like, xenomorph.
The talking cat is something that's fun. Heavily concerning.
No.
We were dragged off. There's a room in there that those giant things are killing themselves on and blasting a hole through this giant wall.
Where? Jason is the one who says that. You see there's a blonde man who basically looks like Chris Pine in Dungeons and Dragons. Just steps forward and is like, where was this?
Just hi, there past shipping, there's a room that also had a bunch of eggs. Like a bunch of eggs. And on the other side, there was also more people tied up. Most of them, I think everyone except for me and Bugsley, dead.
I want to analyze them.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Give me.
I need to know.
Give it to
I
me.
need to know. Yeah.
Also, Martin, how obvious is it that you are injured?
I think if anything, like they've been through it a bit. Like their shirt is like, it's just like a white button up, like one of those sleeves are just like ripped off, not in like a cool way, it's like totally ripped off and like singed. There's definitely like maybe like blood on their side from like on the shirt, but it's not like fresh. It's had like just enough time to like slightly lose its vibrance. And like their glasses are probably like one eye is like gone, the glass is gone in one eye.
Plus, wherever you got stabbed.
And I got stabbed. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I mean, if you look obviously injured, I will slowly move forward and say, I'm a doctor. Can I take a look at that?
Sure, does it have to be here?
What's your roll, Aki?
4 successes.
All right, you get 4 questions.
Huh?
Is it human or alien? I am specifically going. I know how my children procreate. So I need to know if there are signs on Martin or Bugsley, I believe is the other person's name.
They appear to be human as far as you can tell.
Okay, so like I'm assuming no signs of like an indent of, or
no,
like
there's no like any like mucus or anything around their throat or around their mouth. There's no like bruising around their neck.
Yeah, I was gonna ask for like bruising, redness.
You don't see any of the signs you would expect to see of any of that. And also, given the time frame they're suggesting, they would still be under if they had been hugged.
Okay.
Unless they just were unaware of the time frame, but you're pretty sure they're
okay.
human.
Dope. Then I'm gonna save the rest of my questions for face huggers specific baby making things. And I will give Darcy a nod that I like just continue what you're doing kind of thing.
Yeah,
I don't they're not sus.
Okay, and then I was saying like, unfortunately, we really don't have the time to backtrack right now, but I can quickly patch you up so that you're not bleeding anymore.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm still bleeding, aren't I? Oh yeah. Cool. Yeah, that'll be great.
I'll look at Bugsley as well. Are you good?
I don't remember. Hold on. Bugsley could be better, but is way better than Martin.
Okay. Yeah, I will sort of holster the bolt gun and quickly pull out my my personal med kit, and I'm going to use that.
Perfect. Roll medical aid. With 1, I think, because of the med kit, or however many the med kit
It's
gives you.
4 successes.
That's a lot of 6s.
Yeah.
Could I
They're
get
both
bonus
now
health?
fine. No, you do not get temporary hitch points.
Hitch points. I'm just gonna. I've decided this between seasons, but put it out in the world. Darcy was a trauma surgeon.
Yes, clearly. Yeah, I think while you're patching them up, Jason kind of like draws the rest of you into like a huddle, not like excluding them, they're kind of included in it, just to kind of explain his thoughts for going forward. And he says, so there's a maintenance corridor. It runs between the walls in case we ever needed to repair somewhere in a difficult part of the factory. It is narrow as all hell, but the main passage to the Crew is blocked. We've seen that. So they came through there. Hey, did you two? Can we get back to the coop where you came from, or is it blocked off completely?
There was a lot of debris from where we had to squeeze through.
Okay.
Yeah. In theory, I guess we can move that, but it'll make a lot of noise.
Not ideal. So, Death Alley is the first point of access to the corridor. It looks like the ship here is sort of blocking that. And like, he points a thumb at the the wreckage of the Hera, which is like covering a panel that has like the caution like lines around it, and says second point of access is going to be in meat packing. Once we're in, it's easy. It goes through all the sections: coop, henhouse, incubation. We can hit them all. Getting there, I don't know.
Are y'all want to go back in there?
Yeah.
Have you seen those things?
Oh yeah.
I work here, so yeah.
Quite closely.
Didn't just say them.
What?
This is
Made 'em.
not our first rodeo.
Wait. No, what'd you just say? Say made him?
Oh, nothing. I said nothing.
I think that this is the point where Mercy sort of steps out of the shadows of the ship. And
From the
will say,
shadows, Mercy arrives.
yeah, just like season 1. And she says, there's a way to stop them, but to reach it, we need to go back through there.
Oh. I'm not religious, but good Lord Almighty and fucking hell or heaven or whatever the fuck it is. Well, okay. Can I at least just like, can we just use your radio? Just like confirm that they got at least my friends got on that ship.
Your friends got guns?
Big guns. One person you would even call like a tank. Their name is Tank.
Bugsley laughs. Jason pulls out the radio and says, you'll probably have to play with the channels. I don't know which one the ship is going to be listening to. And as you take the radio, we're going to jump. Tank and Dan, you all managed to squeeze under that garage door out into the snowy planet side, onto the ship that has seen better days and should still technically be like up on the, forgot what the word is just now, maintenance stocks. But you got it in the air thanks to Tank's excellent flying, and you started to head towards the landing pad. And as you did, you see the RSS Demeter slowly descending down through the atmosphere. By your judgment, it's probably going to land a few hundred meters away from the actual landing zone, probably because of its size and also because there is another ship on the landing zone. You do notice that the Demeter doesn't appear to be of any company make you have ever seen. It is an old model, to be sure, but one kept in pristine conditions and with dozens of post-factory modifications. If it's not a company ship, you have no idea who or what it could possibly belong to. If it is a company ship, then it can only be from someone very high up the food chain. Dan, it's possible you still don't know much about how the company solves problems they'd rather not go public, even now. But Tank, I would wager you have heard more than a few rumors about how the company deals with loose ends. They'll go to the ends of the universe to salvage their product, but never quite so far for their people. What do you want to do?
So before, I know we were talking about trying to fly towards the Demeter. Is there anything on the ship that we can use to try to determine if there are people alive on the station?
There are some windows. You do see people within the facility. But you can also tell by looking in those windows that this is not the same part of the facility that you just escaped from.
Right.
If you remember, the exit of the shipping area led out into like a canyon, or like a man-made canyon, and that the majority of the facility that you crashed into is below this whole other section, which is above the surface of the planet. The rest of it was built under the planet surface. You
Right.
went through all of it.
Yeah.
As far as like being able to tell, I think the most your ship would have in that regards would be like a motion tracker, which isn't gonna tell you much about what you want to know because there's a lot of things down there that move.
For sure. I think what Tank will be doing then is just flying towards the Demeter, not like super fast, high enough off the ground and away from the building that he feels like one of those things is not going to jump onto the ship. And see if I can just hail it and try to get in touch with somebody.
Yeah.
Whoa. What are you doing there?
If this is our only way off, we need to find out who's on it, who's flying that thing.
There's another ship. There's an unmanned ship. It's not that ship.
How am I supposed to hail an unmanned ship, though, Daniel?
Okay, either that's some weird black market freighter, in which case I don't think we should hail them, or that's a Weyland-Yutani ship, in which case I think we both agree we shouldn't hail them. Do you have any idea the NDAs they'll slap us with after seeing this place? We might as well live in a closet after we sign one of those.
When you mention the NDA, I think Tank looks at you and smirks in a very unsettling way. And I'm not worried about an NDA. I think what we have to figure out is we need to find out who they are, because I don't want to necessarily have to steal a ship from another crew that might be alive here. And saying hello isn't the end of the world. So do you have a better idea? You want to just sit and wait around for one of those things to catch up to us?
My idea was steal a ship.
Well, from what you're saying, Farris, ships are basically going to be parked next to each other, right? They're massive ships, but they're going to be within like
there'll be a little
eye
distance.
viewing distance. Yeah.
Oh yes, definitely eye distance. Like it might take you like 10 minutes to walk between the two of them, just because of the zone that the big one needs to like land without crushing anything, and be on a flat surface as well. But it's easy shouting distance.
So what can we tell from the outside flying in that direction? What can we tell about the I'm assuming the other ship is the Medea. What can we tell about that ship?
The other ship is not the Medea. The other ship
it's not.
Is it looks to be the twin of the ship you're in. So it looks to be like another short distance shipping freighter. Freighter probably being a generous term. It doesn't look like these like based off of the one that you're in, it cannot hold a lot of cargo. It looks like probably could hold maybe 4 of those crates from the shipping room in one cargo hold. But the one on the landing pad is probably its twin. It is equally unmarked by any, it doesn't have any company logo or doesn't even have like a ship name on the side. And you would know being a pilot that these are short distance ships. They're not going to be cavorting all across the galaxy. They're only going to be going within like the inner core, maybe. Though you're far from that now. So wherever these go to, it doesn't go very far.
Okay. So I think then, Tank will just go, all right, well, I guess there's no harm in playing it safe. We'll fly around the cockpit, see if there's anybody in it, land, try to make an introduction on the unmanned ship. And are there like portable radios inside the ship that we're in?
Portable? Give me we'll leave this up to the dice. Give me an observation check. Or survival, either one. We'll see how the dice like Hera tonight. Not
still
at
hate
all.
me. Okay.
I see the dice favoritism is still happening, which is to say they love Medea and they hate Hera Crew.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. This is why you all are in a different genre.
Mhm.
No, they're not portable. You do have a radio, but it is connected to the ship.
Okay. So then, okay. It is what it is. I'm gonna fly around. Do I like flying around the front of the ship? Do I see anybody in the cockpit of it?
No.
No. Okay. So then I will park next to the ramp or whatever, however we're gonna get into the ship. Daniel, do you want to stay in here and wait until I determine how safe it is, or do you want to go with me?
I mean, I figure we should stick together, right? I mean,
Yeah, sure. And Tank is going to, just land and then get out. He's going to take out both of his guns just in case, because I don't know what else is going to be on the landing bay.
Mhm.
And we'll walk up the ramp. Is the door open? Is it closed?
It would be. It's probably closed by now,
Okay.
I would say.
So, yeah.
Actually, give me an observation roll, just in general here.
Okay. You want us both to do that? I already
Yeah,
did it,
sure.
but-
Either one of you. Yes, definitely both of you.
is this to determine if we're being
This is-
ambushed?
No, it is.
Wow.
Well, I mean, it can be if you want.
You know what? No,
That's-
no, thank you.
Okay. Also,
I got
I
a
just
single-
need
I got a single
Goodness.
6.
I need people to know that Navarre rolled 8 dice twice and got no successes,
Yeah.
and Mimi
Well,
just
this
rolled
is-
7 dice and only got 1.
For anybody who watched me rant on Twitter last time, this is the continuation of the 50 dice I rolled before that only had 1 success.
Mhm.
I'm
So
sorry, Navarre. That's kind of cringe of you. Have you considered rolling better? No
I
wonder you guys are
wish.
suffering.
I know.
And then we have
I even
Aki.
tried physical dice, and it was still, I rolled like 14 physical dice or something ridiculous like that, and only had
Yeah.
1 success.
It's
So.
it's truly monstrous. I don't understand it. Okay, yeah, so you do a little look around, and it looks like the ship was in the process of being refueled, and then something interrupted it. You can
Hmm.
take a guess at what interrupted it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that big of a stretch to think why maybe this process was not completed, but and you also see some signs of damage on the ship, especially around the gangplank to like enter the hold. There's some damage on the floor. It looks like there's been parts of the ramp itself that have been burned. Not with fire. It looks like they've been burned through and like badly patched,
Mhm. Mhm.
which is probably not a good sign for the ship's long-term space durability.
right.
Because if that patch goes, so does the vacuum.
Speaking of being patched, I know that I healed some health, but did I lose the critical injury?
Yeah, I would say so. Because you did good enough on the patching job that I think you could have remove your critical injury. Your head's facing the right direction now.
Okay. I don't know how to take
Imagine
this
Daniel
off.
just like wrapped bandages around your neck. You didn't know what else to do.
Yeah. How do I?
You have to right click on the edit button,
Okay. Okay.
and then you should be
And
able to
then
delete it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So seeing that, Daniel, I think that those things were here at least before. I don't know if they're still here now. And who's to say if the door was open when they came the first time and made it inside?
Yeah.
We might be walking back into the same situation that we just left.
Yeah, I think we might have to hail that ship.
Okay, I want to do yeah, so we're gonna walk back, but I think like seeing the acid and like experiencing what we went through in the meat packing facility and in all the other awful named places, Tank is going to be like looking up towards the top of the ship and around like any sort of spaces where we could be ambushed by a xenomorph.
Sure. Keeping a weather eye out.
Yeah, but
on
we're
the bright
just walk
side,
back.
they'll be easy to spot out here because it is a snowy wonderland.
Yeah,
And they are
that's
not
great.
exactly made to camouflage in such an environment, despite the fact that they are basically immune to being frozen.
Yeah. But frozen in space where it is dark.
Immune to a vacuum.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we'll just walk back, eyes open, and get on the radio. Daniel, will you try to hail that ship while I get this ship back in the air?
Yeah, I'll call. So I'm gonna get on the ship's radio and just I guess would I just make a call over an open frequency, or like is there a way I can just hail that specific ship?
Probably an open frequency is going to be your fastest bet, or just sit there and go through frequencies until something comes back.
Yeah. So for the sake of time, I'll just on an open frequency, like on an open channel, say, hello, hailing Demeter. This is unnamed shipping vessel hailing Demeter. Please respond, please.
There is a long bit of quiet, and then you get a response from a familiar voice that says, "This is the RSS Demeter. Glad to know there's some survivors down there. We'll be making our landing shortly if you care to hold on. We can bring you aboard if that is what you wish."
Oh, space station. You're the woman from the space station.
Oh. My. I can't believe any of you made it out.
Tank is gonna hang up the call. Daniel, we cannot go with that woman on that ship. There has to be another way.
I feel like you wanted us to call them, and I didn't want to, and then we established there's no other way.
Well, now we know who it is, and now we know for sure that's the wrong answer.
She did save our lives.
Did she?
The radio crackles again, and you hear another voice that says, "Hello, I am Lucy Senra. You, I understand, have already met my colleague. I'm the one that runs the ship in this operation. If you are particularly interested in leaving, this is probably your best bet. However, you can choose to take whatever chances you like with these remaining vessels or the pleasant landscaping. I understand that these facilities have gone tits up, so I suppose I'm the janitor in the situation, and I will be cleaning up the mess. I would appreciate any insight you have to bestow, but I will be progressing regardless of your cooperation. If you wish to stay alive, you will have a berth in the ship regardless of your leanings towards my co-worker."
Daniel holds up the radio. Is gonna wait 2 seconds to see if Tank stops me.
Tank is going to hold up a finger to ask you to wait. I just remembered, Navarre remembered, I have a motion tracker on this ship now.
Mhm.
Do I sense motion on the twin ship that's parked?
No.
You can tell them what happened at the facility and let them know we're investigating one other matter before we make our decision. Because they don't know that I'm here. And I don't know if Dinah's, is it Dina or Dinah?
Dinah.
I don't know if Dinah's choices will change once she knows that Tank, who left her impaled on a spike and refused to help her, is on the ship. And so Tank's going to not we're not going to broadcast that point, but yeah, you can let them know the facility, the thing fell and things got out. We're trying to escape, but we're investigating one other thing, and then we'll decide.
Okay. Daniel gets back on the radio. He says, there was an accident at the facility. Something crashed through a wall into a place, the implantation room. And it's just a full containment breach. Most of the staff in the lower floors, I don't think, made it out alive. I will gladly take a ride out of here with you.
Marvelous. Are you aware of the status of any members of the Medea? It was a ship. I am under the impression that they are in this facility.
I don't know any members of Medea. If you tell me their names, I can tell you if I met them, but I'm not familiar with that designation.
Yes, we would have Dr. Matilda Fernandez, Dr. Darcy Langley, Mercy Fairweather, and Mina Harkness.
I don't think Daniel's ever heard any of those names before.
Nope.
Because also Bugsley didn't tell me why we're here.
Correct.
So
Bugsley
Daniel
specifically did not tell you anything.
So Daniel just goes, I can't confirm whether any of those people survived.
Understood. We'll be landing in approximately 5 minutes. Stay tuned. And then the radio cuts off.
And once the radio is turned off, I'm just going to tell Tank, listen, you investigate whatever you want to investigate. If you need me to help you, I'll help you. But, I mean, you saw the door on that thing. That's not going to last 10 minutes once we get into space, and I'm not staying on this planet.
If we leave with Dinah and Lucy, was the other?
Yeah, I guess.
And Lucy, they intend to take those creatures with them, if I remember correctly. And I don't know about you, but I distinctly don't want to be involved in that or have my friends and crew go through any more of that.
I mean, are they going to take the creatures? They said they're the cleanup crew.
Daniel, we both work for Wayland Utility. You know what cleanup means in this context.
I'm just saying, I think this situation is out of hand. I don't think even Wayland's not going to try to salvage this. They can't.
It's money. They're going to salvage money. Whether we like the way that this plant was ran or not, they were using this to sell these things, and that's money. They probably have more facilities, but it doesn't mean they're willing to take this loss.
Okay, maybe you're right. If we get out of here, then once we're back home, planet side, maybe we can tell somebody. Maybe somebody other than us can do something about it, but we can't fix it if we die on this rock.
I'm not.
The radio
Picking up-
crackles,
Oh, thank God.
and you hear a voice you probably didn't expect to hear again come through as Martin hails a message out across any frequency that happens to pick up.
You would hear like, "Hello, this is Science Officer Martin from the Hera calling for any survivors, especially Tank and Daniel. This is Martin from the anyone. Hello."
I think you still have the thing, so.
Yeah, Martin. Oh my God, I didn't think you were. Are you okay?
Daniel, Dan, oh my God, you're alive. I'm alive.
Yeah,
I
Tank's
found
here.
people. Tank! Yeah, Tank never dies. Yeah. You're alive. That's so good. Oh God. Where did you get out? I assume you're on that ship, right?
Yeah. We got on this just in time to get away from the monsters. There's another ship landing. It's the Demeter. They said that they would give us a ride out. Tank doesn't want to go. Listen, where are you?
Me and Bugsley, we made it out back from the heart of the place, I think. Found a bunch of people whose radio I'm using, who, as they want to go back in, I guess, to stop all this. I think that's probably their ship. I didn't ask everyone, where are y'all from? Like, are y'all, like...
Around.
They have a talking cat, which is fun.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. They're also being so cryptic. Like, just like to anyone, to maybe to Darcy, because Darcy questioned him. I was like, are y'all from like a different like ship?
Yes, we were, there was a station orbiting the planet. We were on that before things went bad. Then we came here, and
yeah,
it's a
we were
long
on that
story.
too.
We can get into it later.
Okay.
Jason
You're
says, I worked here. I work here. I probably don't work here anymore, but I worked here.
Okay. So you said there's a ship, the Demeter. Did I hear that right?
Yeah, the lady from the space station, and somebody named Lucy, they're Wayland, but it's Wayland or it's monsters at this point. So,
You know,
ask about Benson. Is Benson
Benson
alive?
Is Benson alive?
Is Benson alive?
You haven't seen him,
I don't know.
corpse or otherwise.
I didn't see them. I didn't see them in the room of dead bodies that I woke up in. Bodies minus Bugsley, who's an alive body. They're still here. So where are y'all headed now? Are you?
I mean, we've got 15 minutes ish before this other ship lands planet side. So maybe we can get you.
Yeah, how many people could fit in this little ship we're in?
The little one?
Yeah, the one that we're flying.
Maybe 20 people max if you really cram them in like sardines.
Yeah, I don't care about any of the people on the planet, so they're not coming. So yeah, Tank is going to take like one like long sort of unreadable look at Daniel talking over the thing and just start flying back in that direction. See if you can get a location, like a specific location of where we can pick them up, somewhere preferably that we can get back out without difficulty.
Yeah, if you all can give us like a landmark, I mean, if you can get outside in one piece, even better. Because I don't think we can go back to where we took off from.
We're by the Hera.
That's a pretty big landmark.
Yeah, they're still burning, I think. Yeah, oh yeah, there it goes.
Can you get outside?
Martin's gonna look around at the people surrounding them. He's like, can we get outside?
Not this way. And he points out like the hole in the ceiling.
Could I fly into the hole?
You're a pilot, you can give it a shot.
I mean, how the Hera's like much bigger than the ship I'm in, right?
Yeah, the Hera's gonna be a little bigger. The hole's
Okay.
big enough, it will just take some fancy flying. It will require a dice
I
roll.
forgot I have to roll dice. And
Yeah. Yeah.
despite being incredibly skilled at this,
The dice don't seem to think so. You can give me a piloting check to try to get in through the hole, or you can try something else.
I will be rolling
if you do the
11
piloting
dice.
check,
Is there any way that I can like help? Is there anything I can do? Like, can I like do a comm tech to assist? Is that a thing?
Yeah, sure. I will let you do a contact to assist.
Can I also use my full throttle talent? Since I'll be decelerating, maybe?
Does it count for deceleration?
Yes.
Then yes. Otherwise, I'd be like, no, do not go full throttle into this. That is the last thing you should be doing.
Yeah. I think the last thing you'll hear over the radio is just Dan going, I think we have a plan, so maybe just get clear.
Okay. I think Martin would know Tank well enough to know what that means. And just like look at the rest of the crew and just okay. I think the French are still alive. Great, cool. I think they're gonna try to come get us through that hole in the ceiling. So we should maybe get someplace out of the way.
Oh, that's a choice.
What?
They're a really good pilot.
Yeah, and for once, the dice proved it. I rolled 13 fucking dice, and I got 4 successes.
Woo.
Let's go, baby.
And I got 1 success to help.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you add the one to Yeah. You can show off and have a +1 to a later skill roll.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is definitely showing off. Honestly, succeeding alone would have been a show off, but now you really get a show off.
Yeah. He I fly into the space, and like there's probably like these like pieces of steel that were like part of the structure of the building that are, some of them are sticking out, blown up bits of the ground and all this stuff, and you just see like he's just like spinning, doing like this very like horizontal like twirls and stuff, just coming down, finds like the one level ground around the debris, and lands smoothly into the facility. If this thing has lights, I'm turning on maximum light so we can just like not be surprised by anything. And Tank will unlock the dock or the loading ramp door.
Martin's heading right over, just like looking back, like I told you.
Yeah, Mercy is right behind.
Yeah, I
Same.
mean, it definitely is the way out.
Yeah, I will go to, like, the moment we touch down, I'm going to rush to the back of the ship to, like, open the loading bay. And just, like, as people are, like, filing onto the ship, I'm like, hi, Daniel Strauss. Hi, Dan, nice to meet you.
Darcy Langley, good to meet you.
Yes,
Dr.
yes.
Matilda.
Farris, I just want to point out to also having motion sensors, trying to read everything else around as well.
There's a lot of movement.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Dr. Matilda, we better get the fuck out of here.
Mercy Fairweather, you're with Waylon?
You're the Medea?
Technically, yes.
We should have this conversation somewhere else.
Yes, we
Once
should.
everybody's on, I'm shutting a door.
So, why were y'all being so cryptic earlier? You could have just said that.
The motion sensor has been going off this whole time. There's been a lot of motion of your own people, a lot of motion on the fringes, a lot of motion just generally coming towards the ship. Mostly, though, I think the beeping would have kind of gone to the background because, again, there's like 6 people coming onto the ship. Of course, there's going to be dots coming towards you. And then they get a little bit bigger and faster.
Oh dear.
Well, what you see is 4 fully grown xenomorphs. But you're in the cockpit, aren't you, Tank? With the headlights on. So you see number 5 jump onto the hood of the hood of the ship, onto the nose of the ship, pull back the tail and jam it into the windshield. It doesn't break through yet. And I think that's where we will say goodbye.
Oh no.
Oh
So
dear.
thank you for joining us in the increasingly minuscule odds of survival. I have been your game mother, and we have been Goblets and Gays. You can find us at Goblets and Gays all across the internet, including Twitch. Keep an eye on the vents, and behind you, and in front of you, and to the left, and to the right. You never know what's lurking. Say goodbye, Doomed Crews.
Goodbye, Doomed Crews.
Goodbye, Doom Cruise.
Bye, Doomed Crew.
It's break time.